Pack's creative agency. Unlocking potential, unleashing excellence.
United we stand, divided we fall. This is why in our everyday life we prefer to work jointly in each and every initiative we have out there in order to get it implemented. Today we are joined by the chairperson of the University of Botswana Engineers Society. First of all, I want you to tell the viewers at home what University of Botswana Engineers Society is.
The University of Botswana Engineers Society, commonly known as UBES, but we often go for Engineers Society, the full, without abbreviating because of confusion with some other societies. It was founded in the year 2009 by Mr. Mumbati Kositile. He was a student in the Faculty of Engineering Technology.
Okay.
Yeah, the sole reason for establishing the society was to try and bridge the gap between engineering students and engineering industry. Because as you probably know, technology is changing at a rapid rate these days, and it's hard to keep up with the current literature. Because it takes, before anything becomes literature, a couple of years will pass before it's actually penned down and for us to come and read it. So we have to keep interacting with industry on a constant basis so that we graduate well-rounded and well-informed about our technologies.
Now, Bakan, you recently hosted an expo last month, which is March. Can you tell us about it? What was it about, and why did you specifically host such an event?
Okay. The expo, it was called or titled the Engineering Technology Careers Expo. It was the second of its kind, the second installment, hosted by the UB Engineer Society, or my team. The expo was meant for everyone in the university. It might have been an Engineering Technology Careers Expo, but it was meant for everyone because careers in engineering technology create employment for everyone.
Okay, so how many organizations made it to the expo?
We had about 16 organizations, but we had 2 days, 2 days for the expo.
Yes.
Yeah, on the first day it was a store setup where companies would bring models or prototypes of what they do, basically to come and share with engineering technology students and prospective employees about what their companies are all about. And then on the next day we had the store setup again, and then presentations in the afternoon. Yeah, so combining the organizations that came for the store setups and the presentations, we had about 16 or 17 organizations.
Can you please mention just a number of organizations that were of interest there?
All right. We had the Botswana Institute of Engineers. We had the Engineers Registration Board. We had the Association of Building and Construction Engineers Botswana.
Wow.
That's ABCON.
So for someone who missed the expo, usually we host these expos while lessons are ongoing. Some have labs, some have presentations. It's always a busy day when you host such events. I want to know, for someone who missed, what can you say to them?
For those who missed, I can say that the expo is coming back next year.
Okay.
So they should mark it down on their calendar. The last week of March or the first week of April. Just reserve those 2 weeks for the expo. It's coming back. But this year's expo, it had the Engineers Registration Board. The Engineers Registration Board came about through an act of parliament to try and regulate engineering in the country. So the act was supposed to take effect on the 1st of April. So they missed valuable information about registering into ERP.
I want to know, what are you as a club doing to bridge that gap? You hold an expo, we appreciate it, right? But the fact of the matter is someone was in class at that point in time,
Yes.
or someone didn't get the opportunity to go to the stalls. What are you doing as a club to bridge that gap? What information can you give? Can the students come to you and say, okay, I missed the expo, you're talking about an act, can I get more information about this? Can I get the contact details of the stalls that were there from you as an engineering society, engineer society?
The Engineer Society does provide such service. If you need help regarding any legal body related to engineering or otherwise, we are willing and always available to assist any student who requires such information. And I must also state that the UB Engineer Society is actually a student chapter of the Botswana Institute of Engineers. So anything that happens with BIE, we are closely linked to that.
So one could say those are basically the benefits of joining the club, the society, I mean to say.
Yeah, joining the society will make life easier for you
As an engineer.
as an engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, how is the turn-up? How many members do you have in the club as it stands? Are we having more UB students joining the club?
Currently, okay, during the expo, we had a demand for membership into the club because they could actually see what the club is all about. And I wish to mention that last year when we held the expo for the first time, our patron or volunteer patron who we won last year, she gave a presentation and said an expo is not really bridging the gap because it's only one day. To bridge the gap, it has to be something that is continuous. You know, it has to be a structure, because if you have two islands, to make them communicate or to close the gap between them, you build a bridge. Last year's theme was to bridge the gap, bridging the gap between engineering industry and education. That was last year's theme. But it was pointed out that an expo is only a one-day event. It does not bridge the gap. So as a club, there are several ideas on the pipeline, several programs that we'd like to start, such as maybe inviting some of those companies, some of those engineers, graduate engineers, to come to the Faculty of Engineering, to come to UB and give guest lectures, so that we constantly get feedback or information from industry on a regular basis.
That is very interesting. Now, with that mentioned, what are the challenges that you face as the Engineers Society?
I'm sure, as any club in UB will tell you, funding. Funding is always a problem. Like I said, the Engineer Society was founded in 2009, but it has not had good financial standing.
Okay.
So we're constantly looking for support financially and otherwise, because not all help is money. Even if you can lend a hand, lend an hour or two, that will benefit us in the end.
Since you've already mentioned that you need support, probably financial or any other form of support, I would like to know, if you were given the resources and the support from the University of Botswana management, what is it that you would improve in our university in terms of, you know, what you're doing right now?
You see, right now, I was very disappointed to find out that the Faculty of Engineering was built without us, the Fed students. Personally, I believe that we could have built our own faculty from the ground up, from the foundation to the structure, to do the electrical, the whole electrical system, Basically everything.
Everything.
Could have been done by students in the University of Botswana Faculty of Engineering and Technology.
So what you're saying is, if you were given the resources, you would involve your engineers more in our school's daily development.
Yes.
You're saying we need to see our engineers in action.
Because right now, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right now, there's UB maintenance. UB maintenance carries out jobs that engineers in the Faculty of Engineering can do, or let me say, trainee engineers. Because we have learned a lot of the things that they're doing. And if the university wishes to cut costs, they can maybe, instead of having UB maintenance and hiring, trained personnel or with experience who will require large sums of, remuneration, they can get students in the Faculty of Engineering and Technology supervised or monitored by lecturers or just one of those, trained personnel to carry out the job. And it will reduce the costs for the university and also benefit the students who are doing engineering technology, so that they graduate having done something. Because right now, most of us graduate without having done anything. It's all theoretical. So as the Engineer Society, we're trying to move away from the theoretical. Because when you graduate, it's not about the theory. It's about what you can do. It's about the practical.
This is so inspirational. We have to wrap this up. I want to know what you can say to someone out there who wants to join this society. I believe there's someone at home who just heard about it. We have first years coming this August. What can you say to someone who is interested in joining your society? Where do you meet? How can they contact you? And what is it that they should be looking forward to when they join your society?
The Engineer Society meets fortnightly on Thursdays. That is block 250 at the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, room 203. But if you cannot make it to any of our meetings, which are normally at 4 p.m., you can just grab any of the members around the corridors and ask them about how to join. Basically, membership is available, is open to any engineering technology students in UB. But because of our dual role as the Botswana Institute of Engineers student chapter, we have opened up membership to include anyone in the country doing engineering technology. But even if you are not doing engineering technology, we do accept your membership in terms of maybe coming to lend a hand and support.
Wow, guys, you heard it first from Bakang Dichabeng, the chairperson of University of Botswana Engineers Society. If you are an engineering student out there, anywhere in Botswana, this is the society to join. They need you, you need them. Let us build our country into a better nation. I am Ruth Marage, and this is Truth with Ruth.